Hi guys, Glenn here from Koi Direct. Clay, does it have a place in the koi pond? Um, Short answer is it certainly does. So I looked into clay. I got customers asking me, do you sell it? Do you use it? My honest answer was no. I thought it was probably just a gimmick. There's plenty on the market to catch the koi keeper. That remains unproven. So I repeatedly was being asked, so I thought, right, let me look into it. Let's have a look at this. And obviously, the Japanese are famous for having the mud ponds, which are got all the clay in there, and you've only got to look across YouTube and see the fish when they come out of those mud ponds. So naturally, you think, well, the clay's got something to do with that. So let's simply add clay to our ponds. That sounded a little bit simplistic. So I just wanted to look at it in a bit more depth. So I did, and to save you the hassle, I guess, I spent many hours reading scientific papers based upon the benefits of using clay in a fish environment. And I found really there were two main sort of things to consider. Is the effects of clay, the right clay, on the water, which then obviously consequently affects the koi, and the effects directly on the koi as well. So they were the two main aspects that I looked at, but also the type of clay. It's not just a case of any clay. So I've sort of finally found out that the best clay for the job is a clay called Montmorillonite clay, which is found mainly in France, but it is found in Japan as well. So we tried using it, we looked at the science, and the science basically, excuse me for looking down here, there's too many things to remember, but the things that we put on the back of our packaging is based on solid science, not opinion. So the clay absorbs any heavy metals in the water. It reduces waste buildup, removes some toxins, and it helps maintain the pH levels as well. It promotes clarity, obviously not in the first 12 or 24 hours. Clay, by its very nature, gives a milky appearance to your water for at least 12 hours. It helps reduce algae as well. So they're the benefits to the water. So people say, well, how does it remove toxins and waste buildup and stuff like that? Well, the science talks about ions. Look, if you want to read in depth, there's plenty out there. I'm not going to try and talk in detail about something that I've only just learned about myself. But essentially, if you imagine clay to be magnetic, and it draws in the microscopic elements that we don't want in the pond until they become such a weight, they then drop down through gravity and get expelled through your waste. So that's in simple terms how that works with like the heavy metals and the toxins. And then there's the aspect of the what does it do for the fish? Promotes growth and enhances colour. It regulates electrolytes, which is to do with the blood, and it aids digestion, as well as it's an antibacterial, and it stimulates appetite. The aiding the digestion, that's sort of what I'm coming on to now. And so yeah, we do our own clay now. That's the confidence we've got in it. It's called Hagakumu Pure Clay. 10 points for anybody who can find out why we've called it why we've called it that. Hagakumu Pure Clay. I don't like making big claims, but it's certainly one of the most pure clay on the market. People say, what's the secret? There is no secret. There's no additives at all, none whatsoever. So, what's this video about apart from why clay might be a good thing? Well, obviously, clay in the water, through the fish's mouth, expelled through the gills, a lot of it, and perhaps doesn't sit in the digestive tract, and yet we know it's good to aid digestion, and carp can get constipated. So, pretty straightforward. This is something we've started to do. Didn't know how it would be received by the koi, but I'll be able to show you. So, whatever you're feeding, pellets and some mealworms mixed in there. Get them in a bucket. I don't bother weighing anything out. You can't overdose. It's an incredibly fine clay. It's got a slight green tinge to it. But yeah, just over a decent handful. Add a little bit of water, not too much. Has to be chlorinated, of course. And give it a mix around. So you're covering all the pellets, all the mealworms, whatever it is. So this is just a small sample batch. As I say, this is something we do a couple of times a week now. So it should look something like that. And then you can leave it overnight, you can leave it a couple of hours, or to be honest, I mean, you could feed it straight away, but by leaving it a few hours, the clay gets really inside the pellets, and then that's going to sit inside the digestive tract and help with the electrolytes and sort of work from the inside out as well as from the outside in. That's the logic behind it. It's something worth giving a try. Our fish absolutely love it, and I'll show you in another video when we're feeding the koi the clay mix. So give it a try. You don't have to buy our brand. There's plenty of decent brands out there, but if there's a list of ingredients, I'd give it a wide berth. You don't want a list of ingredients. It's the clay that works. It's the natural elements of the clay that works. You should have no additives. So ours, we're currently at 14 quid for a 1 kilo bag. We're shortly going to be doing a 2.5 kilo plastic container as well, plastic tub. But we are going to be doing a promo on this. So it's 14 quid for a kilo, but we're going to do a promo. So it's going to be less than that.